Hey y'all, it's been a while, and I thought I'd make another video explaining how I got into comedy. Now, anyone who watches my videos probably knows that I'm the greatest comedian of all time. That's not even a little bit of an exaggeration. Uh, Jerry Seinfeld, Rick Santorum, Pickle Rick, they ain't got nothing on me. I've been the greatest ever since I started, even when I was a baby. My first words were a knock-knock joke, then a racist joke, but we don't talk about that. Anyway, at the age of 2, I was doing full-up stand-up in clubs throughout the city in my home state of Washington. People were like, "How's your baby so funny?" And my mom said she didn't know. No one knew. I was just really good at it. But the problem was that my sense of humor was too mature, was too elaborate for kids my age. As the kids my age grew up, we're playing Tamagotchi, Pokemon Go to the polls, sending nudes, or smoking meth outside the school. I didn't do any of that. I was practicing my comedy. I'd just go around at recess and go over to different groups, the jocks, the nerds, the goths, the big titty goths, the lesser titty goths, the goth males, the emo, the scene kids who act like goths, and I just practiced my comedy. But the problem was, it was too sophisticated for them all. They couldn't understand it. So I had to go to a place where people were the most mature. I went over to the local old folks' home. They loved me over there. And first I started small. Found this man who couldn't speak. He was just in a wheelchair and he had a bell, sort of like that character in Breaking Bad, Hector Zeroni. And every time I'd walk in, he'd start ringing that bell with excitement. And then I'd do my routine for about 2 to 3 hours, and he'd just keep ringing the bell because he was so excited to hear me speak. And eventually it got better, so I started performing in front of the bigger crowds. One day, well, I only got to do one performance, but it's because I was too funny. So when I did my performance, everyone was laughing so much. They're all complaining that they were groaning because their stomach was in so much pain from laughing so much. And the thing with old people, or at least I assume, is they don't laugh out loud. They sort of internalize it. So all you hear is groans, but you knew they were laughing at my bits. In fact, one guy, he thought I was so funny that he literally died laughing. He just fell over on the floor out of his wheelchair, probably after I made one of my great lines, and then he had to go to the hospital. I didn't stop, by the way. Kept going. Show must go on. And he just died laughing. It's probably the best way to go out. They later said he had a stroke, but probably because of my comedy. And after that, they wouldn't let me back in the old folks' home because the nurses told me that the old folks, not all of them really wanted to die. And they said I was just too funny, so that if I came around, other people might die of laughter, and that would interrupt them seeing their grandkids. So ever since then, I don't really know where to perform because I need a really mature audience who gets my humor, and can't really find that. One time I kicked a baby in the face. That's it.